Hi everyone. So today we will discuss about metabolism. So what is metabolism? Metabolism is all the chemical reaction inside the cell. Okay? And metabolism consists of two type reaction. The first one is called anabolism, which is this is synthesis reaction. Okay, so example of anabolism is like, for example, if we have A substrate plus B substrate, is become bigger molecule like AB. Okay, so this is anabolism, which is synthesis reaction, making bigger molecules from smaller molecules. The second reaction is called catabolism. Catabolism is decomposition reaction, which is break down bigger molecules into smaller molecules. For example, if we have bigger molecule like AB, it will be broken down into A plus B. Okay, so this is the two type of metabolism. Just remember, Anna like to build something, but look, cat, okay, cat like to destroy something. That's the easy way to remember what is anabolism, catabolism. Ana is synthesis, cat is decomposition. Now, some examples of anabolisms and catabolism reaction. We're going to start with anabolism. The most famous example is reactions of water plus carbon dioxide with the energy from light. Okay, so light energy. It produces bigger molecule, which is the sugar, and a waste product, which is oxygen gas. Okay, so we have to make this reaction balance. So the number of atoms on the left side should be same with the number of atoms on the right side. Okay, so this is anabolisms because it uses light or photo to perform this reaction. Okay, So this reaction is known as photosynthesis. Okay, this is an example of anabolism. Another example is reactions to make polymers or bigger molecule from smaller monomer or molecules. For example, we have glucose. Okay, so the symbol of glucose like this, plus another glucose, okay, plus another glucose. Right? This will make long chains of glucose. Okay, so this is glucose, glucose, glucose. Okay, and this is what we call the monomer, which is simple organic molecules. This is another monomer. This is another monomer. It will create polymer, longer molecules. Okay, so this reaction usually will remove water. So there will be a lot of water removed from this reaction. Okay, because we have three molecules combined, there will be three water molecules removed from this reaction. And also these reactions require energy, which is ATP. Yeah. So because this reaction remove water, which is causing dehydration, this type of anabolism is called dehydration synthesis. Okay, and this dehydration synthesis is used for making polymer. Okay, for example, making uh, polysaccharide, okay, from monosaccharide. Making polypeptide or protein from amino acid. Okay, making nucleic acid, okay, such as DNA, RNA from nucleotide. Okay, and making okay, triglyceride, okay, or lipids from fatty acid. Okay, so this is the dehydration synthesis. Okay, we're gonna list these organic molecules. Okay, let's say this is monomer and this is polymer. Right? If the monomer is saccharide, okay, so monosaccharide. We'll erase this one, okay? We'll make it bigger. Okay, just like that. Monomer and polymer. Okay. If the monomer monosaccharide, okay, example is glucose, galactose, and fructose. Okay, the polymer is called, okay, it will make this polymer over here. The polymer is called polysaccharide. Okay, example of polysaccharide, starch, glycogen, okay, cellulose. Okay, so that's the example of polysaccharide. Okay, saccharide means sugar, so monosaccharide means one sugar molecule. Polysaccharides mean any sugar molecule. Right. If the monomer is amino acid, okay, there are 20 types of amino acid. It will combine to make a polymer is called polypeptide, okay, which is proteins. Okay. Example is like hemoglobin, albumin. That's examples of proteins. If the monomer is the nucleotide, then the polymer is called nucleic acid. Yeah, there are two types of nucleic acid in our body, which is DNA and RNA. If the polymer is, the monomer is fatty acid, right? And then the polymer is lipids, yeah, like triglyceride, oil, okay, cooking oil, fat, okay, margarine, etc. So these are the formation of polymer, and the reaction that make this polymer is called the dehydration synthesis. Okay, so that's the examples of anabolism. Example of catabolism. The famous example is the cellular respiration. Okay, it is done in the cytoplasms and mitochondria of the cell. What is the formula? It needs energy, okay, potential energy, which is the sugar, and that is also require oxygen. Okay, so we actually need to eat, which is we get sugar from what we eat, and when we breathe, we get the oxygen. So by using this oxygen, it will uh, decompose, or it will burn the sugar into ATP, and this is the primary product that it is energy. Usually there are about 34 to 38 ATP produced from one glucose. Okay, about 34 to 38 ATP will be produced from one molecules of sugar. And the waste products is carbon dioxide and water. Okay, again, we have to make the formula balance. The number of atoms on the left side should be similar with the right side. So this is the catabolism, which is broken down bigger molecules, in this case sugar, into smaller molecules. And the primary product that we get from this cellular respiration is called the ATP. Okay, so all reactions, they require this energy. And what is energy? Energy is the capability to do work. So the ability to form work or action, it is called the energy. There are two types of energy. The first one is the potential energy. Okay? And the second one is the kinetic energy. Okay? Potential energy is the energy that is stored in a chemicals, okay, or substance. Kinetic energy is kinetic and the energy that is related to movement or action. Now, example of the potential energy is when the plant perform the photosynthesis. Remember again, water plus carbon dioxide, and then there is energy coming into this reaction, which is light energy. It will produce the sugar plus oxygen. If you see the sugar over here, is actually carried energy that is saved from the light energy. So this is potential energy over here. So when we eat this sugar, when we eat food, then we get this potential energy that is later will be used for making ATP that can be used for movement or action. Okay, that's the potential energy. Now for the kinetic energy, This is going to be when we use the potential energy, the sugar, we burn with oxygen, then it's produced the ATP that can be used for many action, and the byproduct will be carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so this is can be used for kinetic energy. Okay, now if you see here, this is actually anabolism, okay? And this is catabolism. Okay, so you see here the anabolism will always require energy. Okay, the energy will enter into the reaction, while the catabolism, the energy actually released from the reaction. This is the reason why the anabolism is also known as endergonic, reaction. Okay? And the catabolism is known as exergonic reaction. Okay, so what is endergonic reaction? Reaction that require energy. So energy enter into the reaction. Okay, so energy is required. Okay. Now, how about the exergonic reaction? You see that the energy actually released from the reaction. So energy is released from reaction. Okay, so this is the difference between anabolism and metabolism based on the energy. The anabolism is also known as endergonic reaction, the reaction that require energy. And then the catabolism is exergonic reaction, which is the energy will be released from reaction. I think it is, makes sense that if you want to build something bigger, then you require a lot of energy. So this is anabolism, endergonic reaction. While from the catabolism, the decomposition, usually there is energy release, like maybe heat and other type of energy. Okay, I think that's enough for this metabolism. See you again later.